Grand Rising. It's November 19th. I am in Bridgewater, Massachusetts, and working my way south. I am going to go get warm for the winter, and I'm not going to let anyone stop me. But so I just wanted to touch a couple of topics that are current in my reality, and go a little deeper into some things that we previously talked about. But we have a new moon coming up on Wednesday. That's the day I'm planning to continue my journey south. And it's also, Jupiter goes direct in Pisces at a couple minutes after the moon goes into its 0 degree of the new moon. And what I'm learning through learning astrology is that is right now, the theme for this week is that just knowing that we are guided, trusting that feeling, that knowing that step by step on our spiritual journey, we're growing from our experiences, and we just know that we are guided. And I can relate to that knowing. I don't know how or anything, and like my reality, my current reality, I'm not gonna lie, like my mother has been taking care of me and my babies, and I'm completely like grateful, so grateful. Like I don't really talk about my financial situation openly like that, but like, yeah, my mom has been taking care of me, and my breakup was very rough. I came to the realization that, yeah, I was getting very depressed. And I also came to the realization that the only reason I wasn't depressed over the past couple of years was because I was in that relationship. Like I had fallen in love, so the act of being in love was strong enough for me to not fall into physical depression, because my heart, what has happened, the transition between my boys and I was such a deep level heartbreak that it was hard. And because I was in love and I was able to be in love, it gave me the strength to go deeper into doing what I need to do for me. So when that ended, it was like there was nothing, you know? So I do want to go back and talk a little bit about 11/11. I had shared one of my paintings and the story of that painting, and the feelings that rise within me when I look at that painting. And there were a few people in my life that care about me that sent me private messages telling me that they were concerned and worried. And then there were a few people I care about who were concerned that I shouldn't be putting this stuff out there because kids are kids, you know, like it seems to be a theme for people that I know, a lot of people that I know, parents, when their children are teenagers, they go through a phase where if they were so in love with their mom that they don't want anything to do with their mom, they don't want to listen to their mom, or, you know, they rebel against their father, and it's like a theme, and they're going to come back, and everyone's like, you know, they're kids, they're going to come back, but the trauma is still real. When you're present with someone for so long, and there's a relationship, and that relationship, there's a love, when that energy, the energy of love, that symbiotic energy of love between two souls is not that energy anymore, I'm sorry you feel it. There's trauma. Yeah, you have to heal. You've got to let it go, like for your own sanity. But there is trauma. and I'm healing that trauma. You know, like a lot of people are like, well, you're just projecting what happened to the father, and but that's not the case. Like, that's why I do what I do. That's why I dig deep. That's why I go deep. That's why I was writing when I was writing. It's because, like, no, I'm healing my trauma. Like, I forgive anything that happened in my marriage. And yes, like, it was an abusive marriage. It was. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to front. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Like, I was toxic for him and he was toxic for me. We were two unhealed people who came together, and we projected our unhealed versions onto each other. The way it played out is the way it played out. I really wanted to maintain a healthy relationship after the breakup, but I couldn't speak my truth. And as a healer, like, that's what I do. It's what I've been guided to do. It's like I trust what my soul feels, and when my soul tells me to write, I write. And when I'm writing and I'm channeling and this stuff's coming out, like, it's not because I want to throw shade at anybody or talk bad about anybody, but I'm telling my story. It is my story. I'm allowed to share my story. And as I heal from my story, I share the healing process. You have to accept the reality that exists, and then you have the power to alchemize that reality. You have the power to grow from it, to evolve, to learn from it, to not be that anymore. But you do have to accept that what was. You can't bury it, you know, in the closet, sweep it under the rug, pretend it never existed, don't want to talk about it, you want to move on. Because that energy will store. It will store in your body. It will store in your physical pains. It will store in your anxieties. It will store in the way you react to people when you get triggered and you explode. Explosive behavior, explosive reactions. It's not healthy. And it's not healthy to the people that are in relationships with you. So if someone has to walk on eggshells around you, that's not healthy. And if it is a child who has to walk on eggshells around a parent because they can't say certain things or talk about a certain person or bring up somebody's name because that person will trigger the adult, is the adult really being an adult, or is it being a wounded child with unhealed trauma, projecting and making an unsafe space for the people that they're in relationships with? So when I had that experience, and I love my children so deeply, and I lose them, and they're speaking to me in ways my ex would speak to his mother, I can't help but, as a mother, fear a toxic cycle repeating and want to protect my kids, right? And want to just shower them with love. But in the current reality right now, like, I have to accept that for whatever reason, my actions, living my life, have caused them to have trauma, to have pain, to have whatever it is that they're experiencing, the unpleasant that they're experiencing when they think of me. So I have to accept that that's where they're at, and I have to love them, but accept, like, it hurts. It really hurts. And it hurts at such a core level because my experience, you know, was unpleasant. So I don't want them to have an unpleasant experience. And energy doesn't lie. So, like, the energy of forgiveness is not in that house. The energy of unconditional love is not in that house. You know, like, it's not their reality. It's not his reality. But, like, I'm on the healing path. I'm on my soul path. So I can't walk this path with people who aren't walking this path. So I have to let my children go, at least for now. And it's so hard. Like, how do you explain that in a 3D world? Like, I was driving my son's father to the airport this morning so they can go to California to spend the holidays. And he's like, have you talked to your boys? And I'm like, no. And I've been consistently messaging them. I love you, I miss you. But it's like, the energy isn't reciprocated. Like, I get I love you back, but it's like, sometimes it takes days, sometimes I'm left on red. It's like the energy isn't there. So I'm like I'm chasing ghosts. I'm chasing a reality. I'm chasing souls that, like, you know, in their sovereign state, they're like, I got a new tribe. And I'm their mother, so like, where do I separate that, right? And that's what I'm here to learn. So then I'm in my last relationship, and he was the person that I could talk to about this. He was the person who was hugging me when I was crying. He was the person who would hold me when I needed to be held. He was the ear that could sit while I needed to speak. And then he became triggered. And it was an external force. And then he was gone. And then ding, 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 abandonment. Just, I'm like, now who do I talk to? Now who's gonna hold me? You know? And it was so hard for me because I had a hard time letting him in. Because I had been so beaten down by trusting, by loving, by having my heart open. And I was doing everything on my own, paying for everything, paying for my own gas as we traveled. Like, I was very stubborn in not letting him help me. And one day I needed diapers and I just had no diaper money. And he got the diapers for me, and he came back and he's like, I just want you to know that you're not a single mom. I'm here. And I felt that, and I believed that. A few months later, you're not here. And I had to like process that. I had to grieve that. I had to deal with that abandonment. I had to deal with that, you know, just feeling not safe, feeling like I was lied to, feeling like he was never there. It was all an illusion. Was it ever real? And then you sit with, is it ever real? Right? But like, you have to forgive yourself. Like, did I waste my time? Was I picking up the wrong cues? You have to forgive all of that. And that's what I've been doing. So like, through this process of all of that, like, I don't know what's next. I have dreams. And I do have a dream. And then that triggers fear. Like, I've been a dreamer. Those of you who are following me, you're actually watching this. Like, we kind of have our own relationship because there's not like too many people who watch me. And it triggers the fear because like, I was chasing my dreams like really hard. Like, I was really motivated to create my desired reality, and my children were with me, and I just wanted to show that you could live your dream life and still have kids and still be a mom and still, you know, like, the universe has your back. You just have to have the right intention, like pure heart. And that was the life I was living. And I lost them anyways. You know, so it's like there's that fear that like, do I have to choose between my dreams? I could have it all back if I don't chase my dreams, you know, if I don't chase my individual identity, my free will, my sovereign rights, the ability to live my life, to just live. Like, my sole purpose, I want to be happy. I want to do the things I love, be with the people I want to be with, like the soul tribe, my soul family. I want to be in beautiful destinations and see the world and experience culture. And that is what I was doing, but it wasn't right because I didn't do it right, you know, like I need to get a part-time job and be responsible. Get a part-time job, be responsible, be a good girl, do as I'm told. Don't fight the system. But like, that's my trauma. I was just pursuing my dreams, and it was wrong. But they're good teachers. Yeah, my kids, my exes, really good teachers. There is no separation. So my soul chose this, right? Okay. Fear is a low level energy. I'm not afraid of my dreams. I do have a dream, and it's really beautiful. And I'm not going to share too much information because that has been my mistake in the past. I'm going to give a little bit as I'm ready because it is still in the birthing process. This dream has been in the womb for a few years now, but it was planted, how many years? 11, 10, 9, I don't know, 7 years ago. But it involves art. It involves children. It involves love. It involves community. It involves culture, connection, integration. It's a new earth dream. And I'm ready to birth it. I am. Through the pain. I mean, what is birth without pain, right? And this pregnancy, it's been something. So, yeah. They've been great teachers, and I'm grateful for all of you. You did hurt me. I was hurt. But nobody can make you feel anything, right? Like, you can do anything you want to me, but it's up to me. I can choose the energy. I can choose the reaction. I get to choose. That's my sovereign right. As a sovereign soul, I get to choose. And I let you hurt me. I did. And I let y'all in. And I loved you. And I still love you. All of you. But I choose me. And it's my destiny. I mean, my North Node is in Leo. Remember I talk about having tools? It's good to have tools. Astrology is a tool. My North Node is in Leo, and I know that it is my destiny to create my reality from my creative energy and to make my dreams come true no matter what anybody tells me is my destiny. So why the hell not enjoy my life, right? So I'm going to go back to where I'm happiest right now. And I'm going to go around the people who make me the happiest. And I'm going to enjoy that. And I'm going to celebrate in that. And yeah, like, I believe in my dream. I do. And I will keep everyone posted along the way. But for now, I'm going to end this. Thank you all for being here with me, and thank you for being a part of the story. In order to remove the story, you have to first release the story. And that is what this is. I'm releasing the story. The traumas, I'm moving through them. The pain, I'm moving out of it. And anybody else's reality is up to them to do, to choose, to be, to exist. And for me, I choose love. 100%, like all the way, I choose love. Have a blessed and beautiful day. I love you so much.